Hello everybody, welcome to Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night and we bring you what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. For those of you that have just joined us for the first time, although there's not many people that watch rugby that are joining us for the first time, we talk about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby every night, at least every Wednesday night here on Cape Town TV. Tell your friends, DSTV channel 263. Remember, all the shows are uploaded onto YouTube and all the interviews and clips are shared on Facebook. You can find us on www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, on Twitter @Cape Rugby TV, on Instagram @Cape Rugby TV. Come and join us and share your pictures with us. And remember, use the hashtag #WP Club Rugby so that we can share your stories. Big thanks to our sponsors. We've always got to thank the guys that help keep the show alive, so to speak. Hisense on board with Cape Rugby TV as the official technical partner. Score Energy Drinks on board with Cape Rugby TV and Western Province Club Rugby. Score Energy Drinks, of course, also supporting many of the clubs, the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens, and they support the Easter Weekend Festival, the rugby festival that's happening over the Easter weekend. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Then, of course, for those of you that need your paint supplies, well, Dulux Maitland at number 30 Coburg Road, there's no better place to go. They'll sort out all it is that you need and save you a lot of money. And, of course, Colour Tone. And don't forget, Colour Tone is available at all your timber treatment specialists. They're available at all leading hardware outlets. And, of course, SaveSASport.com. You can get that discount coupon during the show a little bit later. Right, let me introduce you to my panel before I tell you what's coming up this evening. It hasn't been here for a couple of days, I would suppose, but no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. Tariq van der Ros. Tariq, nice to have you back.
Good evening, JP and Lyndon. Always good to be on the show.
Lyndon, welcome back.
Thanks, JP. Good evening to all the viewers out there. And it's good. Good evening, Tariq. It's good to be back Wednesday night. It's Club Rugby.
Yeah. You look like you go. Are you getting sleep?
A little bit, yeah.
Little bit,
Yeah.
You get your little mini rugby talks for the babies.
Getting everything ready for them, yeah. So
yeah.
They should be coming home in a couple of weeks or a few weeks actually. But I mean, yeah.
Well,
getting things ready for them, yeah.
I think you've got the whole rugby community is supporting.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Right, folks, coming up tonight, we went out to the Franschhoek Memorial Sports Day to go and watch some of the games out there. Simondium up against Van der Stel, the Evergreens up against Franschhoek, of course, and NTK. And we spoke to a number of the captains and coaches, Heinrich Leven from captain of Van der Stel, and Marius van Niekerk, and Stefan April, captain of Simondium, Willem Goedeman, Jeffrey Whitelane, Jaco Stadler, Peter Fritz, and Wessel Krill, and of course the president of Franschhoek Rugby Club, Marty Emanuel. So a lot of interviews coming up this evening. Now don't forget, a little bit later during the course of the show, I'm going to give you a chance to win yourself a set of double tickets to go watch the Stormers take on the Reds at Newlands this weekend. And all you need to do is SMS 33090. And to tell us more about that, we'll be speaking to who I now think is the darling of rugby in South Africa, Damian Willemse. We'll be chatting with him a little bit later. We managed to catch up with him at practice. But before we get there, let's check out the match between Simondium and Van der Stel. right, welcome back everybody. Of course, Simonium and Evergreens van der Stel playing at the Franschhoek High School. I see the Stellenbosch Municipality, what do you call it, the corner posts? The corner posts are all up there with the Stellenbosch Municipality branding on it. So clearly the municipality and the schools there. This was at the Franschhoek High School, all still supporting community sport. So interesting type, a lot of different dynamics here. I mean, you've got memorial side of things with the Franschhoek bus tragedy, but we've also got a merger there between Van der Stel and Evergreens. Lyndon, I mean, you know, you can imagine the guys. Again, it's still a continuation of that tragic bus accident, but these kind of tournaments would be important for the guys to keep it together.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to see that that the clubs are all sort of uniting behind one cause. Obviously, there's now two causes here. One being the fact that the club rugby fixtures has been postponed till 1st of June. So now we have clubs coming together, municipalities, high schools, and it's brilliant to see. I mean, just early today, I think Milnerton played at Melkbos High School. I mean, that is a brilliant example. Kayla and Durbanville played at Durbanville High School. So I think the high schools are definitely sort of accommodating the clubs with a focus of keeping the players active. And I think that the manner in which the sports day was arranged was brilliant.
Yeah. Tarek, the kind of a merger there between Evergreens and Van der Stel. It's also a nice little grouping.
Yeah, that's something I heard about last season. I think that came about. Van der Stel got relegated to the northern zone, and I think they needed to figure out a way to boost their numbers. Spoke to neighbours Evergreens. So that was a nice merger. I know Desmond Houston was the coach last year as well. Heinrich Laffen was the captain. You know, experienced guys giving back in the community. But the merger of those two clubs, I think, you know, a lot of clubs are not always open to that sort of discussions. But at the end of the day, if the primary focus is keeping the clubs alive, keeping rugby alive, rugby in the community, then maybe this is something that could happen more often.
Yeah, 100%. Let's take a look now at the second half between Simondium versus Van der Stel Evergreens. Oh, welcome back, Cape Rugby TV, right, folks? So Simonium versus Van der Stel Evergreens. I think they're still going to have to work out the names there. We managed to catch up there with the captain of Van der Stel Evergreens, Heinrich Leuven. Nice to speak to him. Let's hear what he has to say.
Ja, je ziet het voor Bayer was bietjie baie tough. Die fitness is nog nie daar nie, maar vir die tweede game van die seisoen vir ons as klub is daar baie vordering. Ja, soos ek sê, soos ek nog gesê het, was moeilik met die waterbeperking. So ons kom min met die veld uit, maar om die manne weer bymekaar te trek na die jaar, na laas jaar, voel dit baie goed in die manne. Ons begin stadig maar seker kom ons in die ding en ons aan die gang en ons voel mekaar nou weer. Ja, definitief sukkel self met fitness. So ja, soos ek sê, ons vat dit game vir game en daar's nog baie skaar weer vir al die fitness, maar met meer oefengames sal ons daarby kom. Soos ek sê, ons is 'n nuwe klub, so ons bou. Laas was die eerste jaar van die Stel Evergreens. So dis die tweede jaar, so daar's baie jongens wat hier kom, maar many ou hande, die groep ou hande, is 'n mooi mengsel, so ons draai die klub goed. Die mense kan uitkom om ons te kom ondersteun, want ons is 'n klub, soos ek sê, twee klappe wat nou saam speel, maar die rugby is gesond en ons is 'n klub wat hou van hardloop rugby, so soos hulle sê in Engels, entertainment sal altyd daar wees, so die mense kan maar kom veld en ons te kyk.
All right, Heinrich Leuven there, the captain of Van der Stel Evergreens. Tarek, you seem to know him.
Yeah, he was at, we were together at Salorians.
Yeah.
Good player. But he's from the Stellenbosch area, so it's good to see him back in his, hometown.
Yeah, well, he's obviously happy with the setup there, and he's telling everybody to come out and watch the game. So
he's very positive, and I think he said like the community of Van der Stel, there's not much of a community around where they are based, which is at Merriman, the start of Stellenbosch, basically. Not much of a community around there because I mean they've got businesses there, there's car dealerships there. So I think moving the merger with the Evergreens will bring that sort of community feel back to the club. And I think Van der Stel Evergreens, like you said, they still have to figure out the name. Whatever the name's going to be, that's going to be one strong club in the Stellenbosch region and in the provincial league as well.
Well, this is always the challenge with these mergers. I mean, Van der Stel has been around a very long time. It's an iconic club. It's got a good name.
Yeah.
And in fact, they've probably on that name, on the basis of that name, have the ability to draw sponsorship.
Yeah.
But Evergreens on the other side also has been around a long time. So how do you go? It's a difficult thing, and guys have to work it out.
But also, like in terms of sponsorship, I think Van der Stel's field location is prime.
Yeah.
They're right there on Merriman and on the R44, two very major roads in Stellenbosch.
An incredible
advertising
facility,
space, brilliant facility.
We were out there last year.
There's a gym there, so I mean the players right there. There's a cricket club there, so they can have sort of like a relationship with Van der Stel Cricket Club. And I think also they played in the Van der Stel jersey, so maybe there's a sort of hinting at which way the name is going or trying to figure out things. But I think whatever it is, it's going to be a very good thing for club rugby.
Just thinking at the Van der Stel, the facilities is really old, but it's beautiful. And one thing I'm sure of, it's a big upgrade from what Evergreens were used to. So they've stepped in there. They've got lights. They've got a beautiful field. They've got a stand with a roof. It sounds funny, but it's little luxuries.
There's parking. There's lots of parking.
What I really would like to see is a packed Van der Stel stadium on a Saturday afternoon again. I think that is one of the most beautiful sights you can see as you drive past Merriman Lane. You see the field is packed around. You sort of want to know what's going on there. You end up going inside and you see this amazing facility, this field.
But the thing,
that there is.
it just occurred to me now again, and I thought about it as you brought up this conversation. Is I understand if maybe the municipality doesn't want to put money into your meeting room.
Yeah.
But the thing that struck me again was, and I see this at so many club facilities, is the dilapidation of the toilets, the showers.
Yeah.
Every single club we go to.
Yeah.
The urinals are either broken or the tap handles are off, or it's just it's dirty and it's smelling, which is fine. I mean, we're used to that environment, but it'd be great to see it being uplifted a little bit. It wouldn't take much.
Yeah, and I think also like if there's a bit of more care taken into the ablution facilities, I think then you'd get a different crowd as well. You'd attract more people. You sort of have a because I've never been. I can't think of any club that I've actually been to that as like you're saying that there's proper. 90% of the clubs you go to, the tap panel's broken or the cistern is gone, or
it's always difficult. Let's speak to Marius van der Kerk. He's the coach at Van der Stel Evergreens.
Ja, al die omstandighede, die feit dat ons die velden mag gebruik en maar meestal in die gym en so 'n klein stukkie van die veld gebruik. Die ritme is daar en jy kan sien dit is besig om deur te kom. Omdat jy ons natural rugby players is, as die kanse goed laat ons in die volgende paar games wat ons kan speel, laat ons die ritme gaan reg kry. Op die fitness sal ek nie sê dit is waar het moet wees nie, maar jy kan sien ons vat maar stap vir stap. Ons sit nie baie druk op ons op die oomblikie. Ons laat hulle in ease in die gameplan en so aan. Maar soos jy sê, die fitness is besig om by te kom. So dit al wat ons moet keer is nog harde werk. Ja, ons het nou 'n gym kontrak gekry by die gym by Van der Stel en ja, ons die aantal ouens wat eintlik opdaag is eintlik verbasend. Want ons is nou al gereeld so tussen 30 en 35 ouens in die gym en dan maar voor ons gaan gym vat ons gewoonlik so 'n veldsessie net so aan die agterkant van die rugbyveld. So die fitness, soos ek sê, die ouens se attitude towards die span en towards die game het begin regkom. Soos my kaptein genoem het, is ons 'n span wat twee spanne wat bymekaar gekom het en ja, daar's nog 'n bietjie hak en tak, maar soos jy sê, so aangaan sal ons om deur te raak. Ons het meestal van ons backline players as die jonger ouens. Ons volg ons nog die ouer garde, so ek kan sê, en hulle leef ons lekker die fondasie, laat die jong manne kan hardloop agter. Soos jy kan sien, daar's 'n paar lekker groot hits gewees en die manne is lus vir die ding.
Welcome back, everybody. Marius van der Kerk there is, of course, the coach at Van der Stel Evergreens. Right, if you want to win yourself a set of double tickets to go and watch the DHL Stormers take on the Reds, this was after their fantastic game against the Blues, then this coming weekend is your opportunity. But you need to SMS the word DHL Stormers to 33090. We spoke to Damian Willems at a practice session at the High Performance Centre about that fantastic game. I'll tell you more about that after the break. Welcome back, everybody. As I mentioned earlier on, remember, you can win yourself a set of double tickets. Go and watch the DHL Stormers take on the Reds at Newlands over the weekend. And you're going to need your mobile phones handy. And you can win yourself that set of double tickets. All you need to do is SMS the words DHL Stormers to 33090. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. And so will Damian Willems, the new darling of sport in South Africa, as far as I'm concerned. Let's catch up now with Stefan April. He's the captain over at Simondium, and this was after their game against Van der Stel Evergreens.
Ja, het was weer een uitdaging vandaag. Het was lekker. Na lang oefening sessie het ons maar het beste getrui wat ons kan doen. Allemaal van Simondium, ja, ik zeg het zo, ons doen het maar voor die gemeenschap. Ja, ons is baie klein, maar ons doen het voor allemaal samen. Ja, dat is lekker. Ik meen, kijk, ons is een span, allemaal ken van allemaal. Ik weet waarvan als ik kom, ons bij die huis, ons is maar nabij aan elkaar, ons is samen school gegaan. Zo. Dus dat is wat ons ja, lekker samen is. Ja, nou, kijk, die droogte stellen is een beetje te leren, maar die fitness is een beetje achter. Dus kan zelf zien, die besluiten is maar dit. Vertical en min, als je nu fit is, ja, kan je ook lekker denken op je veld. So, dat is wat ons eindelijk aan die voet verstikt op die laatste paar minuten. Ons gaat definitief recht wees. Ons het laatst jaar tweede geëindigd met een punt om die league te winnen. So. Ons is definitief recht voor die ding. Ik denk, ons zal maar alles inzetten hier om weer te kan drukken. Ja.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. Stefan April, captain of Simondium. We're running tight on time, so we're going to have to, before I catch up with my co-hosts, Tariq van der Ross and Lyndon Julius, let's get straight into the conversation with Willem Goedeman. He's the coach of Simondium, because we still want to take a look at the Evergreens Franschhoek game. We want to give you an opportunity to win those double tickets, and we want to speak to Tariq van der Ross about what Ahmadiyya's were up to the weekend. And there's a lot of games coming up this weekend. All right, so let's catch up now with Willem Goedeman, coach of Simondium.
Ja, wat is doen ons het nou, ons die boodschap gekry dat ons nie meer die veld kan, die velden minder moet gebruik of glad nie gebruik het, ons onmiddellik besluit. Ons gaan nou het gedeelte van die netwerkveld gebruik om ons funksie te doen daar. Dat ons 'n bietjie pad gevat, gereeld gehad op ons 10 kilometer dinsdag aan en daarna aan dat ons weer terug gaan na die bal toe. Kijk, my opdracht altyd aan die mannen is om heel eerste ding is om die basisdinge reg te doen, die basics first. En dan moet ons seker maak by die breakdowns is ons daar, maar om op die game te kyk, terug te kyk, het ons 'n bietjie tweede gekom in die afdrukpunte. En veral op die verdediging, het is 'n bietjie harde werk nog daarso, want ons middelveld het 'n bietjie vlak gelê in die begin. Maar verder het ons 'n bietjie verras nogal om toe hulle 'n bietjie die scrims nogal goed te staan. is een redelijk goede scrimmage, maar we hebben gezien bij je grotere ouwens gehad het team. Maar ik is bij blij, ik heb echt gezien, maar ik is bij trots op hulle. Het maakt niet zaak wat het tegenstanders het. Hulle brengen al die kant in. Die pad voelt natuurlijk goed. Ja, oor jaren het is altijd team elkaar gespeeld. Dus het was 4 clubs wat team elkaar gespeeld en we hebben het samen gespeeld. So dat die meerderheid van ons mannen nog steeds in zo'n mondium blijven wonen. En als je een paar wat nou een beetje in het dorp gaat werken, wat een beetje geschreven daar het blij, maar de reis is nog steeds terug naar zo'n mondium. Maar die groot getal van ons, wat rugby speelt bij ons, is maar plaatselijk bij ons. En die mannen is bij lief voor elkaar en raak gewond aan elkaar. En het is maar moeilijk om weg te gaan van elkaar af. Dus ons is een bij goede eenheid. En ons spelen al meer van die mannen spelen al die laatste 10 jaar wat ons bestaan, spelen allemaal een train samen. Dus ons is nog eens 10 jaar bestaansjaar en we gaan een goede jaar maken van.
Right, there we go. Willem Goedeman, of course, the coach of Simonium. Tarek, nice to see the players getting together. We're looking at 2 Western Province teams here. In fact, both these games that we're featuring here, Franschhoek and NTK, as well as the Van der Stel Simonium game, are Western Province games.
Yeah, because recently all we've been seeing is, the Boland clubs inviting the Western Province clubs. So it's nice to see something, province versus province clubs. And it's great to see that the schools coming on board.
Yeah.
I mean,
but of course,
all these
Simonium
players are all boys.
Simonium is one of what doesn't often get focused on, and ironically, Evergreens is one of those are 2 farm league teams. Yeah,
and I mean, and the negative situation we're in, they're turning it into something positive.
Yeah.
They're standing up. The administrators are coming to the table. The neighboring schools are coming to the table, and I think it's something we can learn from.
Yeah. Right, folks, I mentioned earlier on that you can win yourself. We are going to go to the Franschhoek NTK game in a second. I mentioned earlier on that you can win yourself a set of double tickets to go and watch the DHL Stormers take on the Reds at Newlands. Right, I've got a whole lot of tickets up for grabs, but you need to SMS to 33090 the keyword DHL Stormers. Send that keyword into DHL Stormers to 33090 and you put yourself in the mix to win a set of double tickets. We went out to the High Performance Centre over the at least on Tuesday to go and speak to Damian Willemse, fly-off for Western Province. He's having a fantastic career, and I think a lot of people are thinking that he's our next Springbok fly-off. Let's see what he had to say, and of course his encouragement for the fans, the Newlands faithful, to get down to Newlands this weekend.
Yeah, very good weekend. Pleased with the performance and the result. We worked hard throughout the week. Had a couple of off-field stuff, but yeah, good to be back this week. Yeah, it's always good and always lucky to play at Newlands, and I felt this weekend the people who came out, the faithful supporters, they were behind us, and as we got it onto Newlands, the people were supporting and they were screaming, so it's always nice having that warm welcoming feeling when you get to Newlands. Yeah, I feel like I got a lot of confidence on tour. I had a couple of niggles. So yeah, but I came against the Islanders, gave me a lot of confidence. I was playing against the world's best. So that gave me a lot of confidence. Coming into this Blues game. So yeah, it's always nice to have confidence behind you in this play game. Yeah, for me to have both of them next to me, experienced campaigners, they're helping me a lot, especially Damien, with making decisions and making some decisions at the back, so he's helping me a lot. And then with Devalt, taking the pressure off me with the kicking, general kicking and stuff, which helps me to play my game and to look for other spaces and to utilize that. Definitely, I'm excited for this weekend. It's going to be a great matchup, against the quality Reds team. So yeah, we're looking forward. It's going to be special to be back at home as well for the second game, and then just to get that consistency going. So yeah, we're looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a great weekend.
Right, folks, Damian Willemse there. I must say, when I in fact, watching on the weekend, I wanted to go. I had my I wanted to put it on Facebook, DDX. Or DDS, but it was like I was getting it all mixed up. And for me, it was Damien, and Sia. That were just like absolutely having a blast of a game. And Sia was just bullying people all over. He was flattening Sonny Bill Williams.
You know what?
Sonny Bill was here, then he was flat. And then Damien was just controlling the ball. He was taking the high ball. I mean, he really is he is such a talent.
You know what? That first game against the Crusaders, or the second game on tour, you could see that they had too much respect for the New Zealand sides, even against in the Islanders game. And then when at Newlands, you could see Sia said like, "No, we're done with this." And the way that he played showed that he's got respect for the player, but also not respect for no respect for them. If that makes any sense. That's how he just went over them, and we could see the Sia of old again. And it was really a beauty to behold.
Oh, he just flattened them. Yeah, but not going back to Damian Willems. Yeah, Tariq. I mean, what a talent! What a star! He's a youngster. This absolutely has to be. And I mean, Western Province must keep this player no matter what happens. He's come through the ranks in Western Province. He went to school in Western Province, straight into the structures. He was in matric, I think, just the year before last. Straight into Western Province. I mean, he's been given a great opportunity here. We've got to protect him, but he certainly looks like he's going to be South Africa's next Springbok fly-off.
You know, if I watch him playing, the first thing that comes to mind is he went to a school in Somerset West, Methodist Primary, that doesn't even have a rugby field.
Yeah.
This boy was there, and he was coached well, and then his career just sort of took off from there. We just need to keep him here. He is definitely the future Springbok fly-off.
Yeah, you know a little bit more of his history. You say he played for the Squirrels.
Yeah, he's a Squirrels old boy.
The Squirrels.
A bit more.
What is a squirrel? Just for
a squirrel is the Methodist primary. So back when the '95 World Cup, when they started with the whole emblem and mascot thing.
Yeah, they came up with the word squirrel.
Our coach Winston Bart had a competition, and the squirrel is the official mascot of Somerset West Methodist Primary.
Okay.
So
And
that's
then
where
of
the
course
squirrel.
from there went to Port Roos.
And then went to Port Roos, and then he was spotted. Him and his brother Ramon Samuels, who also plays for the Stormers. And I think the way that Damien sort of sticks to his heritage, like Tariq was saying, you'd always see Damien on the beach in Strand, the beach road, taking photos, speaking to the guys, cleaning the council guys. It's so good to see that a guy of his caliber play that stage, that international stage, still makes time. Not makes time, but I mean
on the field. Yeah. Let's go back to his on the field performance. I mean, he has the ability to read space.
Yeah.
I was looking at his stepping. He steps. He's fearless.
Yeah.
I mean, he ticks all the boxes. He takes a high ball well.
Yeah.
He's got a great boot. He puts everything is working for this kid.
You know, the irony is that he didn't play club rugby, but his talent or his spatial awareness comes from the club rugby field. His dad plays for Strand League, where Gershwin Leitz, Dylan Leitz's dad, is the chairman.
Yeah.
Damien grew up next to the field because his dad, Francois, played for Strand. He used to step on the field, grab and touch rugby. So Damien's spatial awareness comes from club rugby. And once again, we see the importance of club rugby in our youngsters' lives. And I think that is where Damien can take the high ball. He's fearless. He plays in the streets of the Strand. They just good to see.
No, we're very chuffed, and we're really enjoying that. Right, if you want to win yourself that set of double tickets, then here's the picture now of the boys in action. Sia Khaleesi and Eben Etzebeth, and of course Dylan Lades there. SMS the word DHL Stormers to 33090, 33090, and you put yourself in the mix to win a set of double tickets. So 33090. We will still keep it on the screen. Remember, you can download the Cape Rugby TV app and enter the Spot the Ball competition. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. We'll take a break. When we come back from the break, it's Franz Hoek and it's NTK. We managed to get out and watch Evergreens, at least Franz Hoek up against NTK over the weekend. They went out to Franz Hoek to join Simondium and Van der Stel at the Franz Hoek High School. Let's see what happened there. Two more teams from Western Province having a go. Franz Hoek and NTK.
Guys op.
welcome back, folks. Right, we're just having a bit of fun behind the scenes there. But yes, Evergreens, at least Franschhoek and NNK. Well, we're not really sure if it's NTK or NNK, but we'll stick with the NTK, NNK. You know who it is. Let's take a look at the second half highlights before we chat about the game. Welcome back, folks. Right, of course, Franschhoek and NNK. Tariq, your feeling on the match? Nice running rugby.
Nice running rugby. I'm impressed what I'm seeing of Franschhoek. You know, they're the lower league team of the two. But Franschhoek are always competitive. And somehow they just fall short when it really matters. But as a club, a really good club, good community. I loved playing there in Franschhoek. So, and you know, brilliant rugby from their side.
Yeah. Let's speak now to Willem Goedem, at least Jeffrey Whitelane. He's the captain at Franschhoek.
NNK het vir ons ja, wat kan ek sê, 'n paar lesse die game het geleer. NNK het hulle kanse wat hulle gehad in die eerste helft het hulle goed gebruik en ons het 'n paar ongedwonge foute gemaak. Ons het ons kanse gebruik en dis hoe hulle in die game kom met ons geleer het halftime. Tweede helft het ons bietjie teruggekom in die game. Ons defense was 'n bietjie bitter. Ja, maar soos weer eens ons het ons kanse gebruik. In die off-season toe het ons 'n bietjie gedink as ek jamwerk doen in Swante en ons oefen al van van begin Januarie maand oefen ons en ons ja game so ons is 'n jong span en dit is 'n jonkers en dan kan jou liggaam nog goed aanpas en draai en so deur nog en so. Maar ja, as ek sê ons span as ons 'n bietjie goed doen ons in die coach doen 'n goeie werk met ons daarso. Wat hom gelukkig het ons almal geriewe wat ons kan gebruik maak om te oefen. So ja, ons almal op level. Ja, ek sê ons is best faksie as dit die helfte ons bietjie meer in die game gekom en so aan. Ja, so ek sê ons oefen maandags, dinsdags en donderdags so nou speel elke week. Ja, ons bestuur is goed genoeg om vir ons elke week 'n friendly te organise. Almal moet nou travel. Soos laasweek as ons Bonnieville toe gewees en so aan. Dus ons speel elke game, elke week speel ons daarom 'n game so. Ouens as fitness is op 'n level. So as die league eendag begin.
Jeffrey Whitelane, the captain there at Franschhoek, didn't go their way. They 21-29 win for NNK. Lyndon, but Jeffrey still looking positive.
Yeah, they are, and I think the main concern or the main the main benefit of games like this is the players are out there playing. Like we said last week, it's the smell of the DP, it's the clicking of the togs on the cement.
Yeah.
So I think that is the essential, pulling the jersey over the shoulders. I think for them the win will come, but it's brilliant to see them fall so short against a Super League A team.
Yep. Well, that's what the guys need to do now. Is you kind of got to concentrate on getting the game time in, because June the 1st is not that far off. Let's speak to Jaco Stadler, now the coach at Franschhoek.
Ag weet jy, soos hulle sê, as jy wen is jy goed, as jy verloor is jy sleg. Die telling is eintlik vir my irrelevant op hierdie oomblik. Daar's nog baie dinge waaraan ons moet werk. Ek dink ons is opgemeet en ons is kort gevind in sekere aspekte waaraan ons kan gaan werk. Ek dink uit 'n verloorheid leer jy meer as om elke week ver te wen. Ek dink dit gaan net vir ons vorentoe help om ons reg te kry vir Superliga B. Ja, kyk, ek meen ek dink is alles vir die liefde van rugby en dis hoekom ons dit doen. As jy nie kan speel hier, gaan jy spelers verloor. Ouens gaan rondtrek waar hulle speelkans kry. En ja, as daar skole is wat die boorgate het en kondisies het dat ons dit kan gebruik. Ek meen hopelik sal ons dit enige kant toe gaan en dit wil gebruik, want dit is hoe ons kan rugby speel tot dit wanneer die seisoen begin. Almal moet tog slaggereed wees en ek dink almal wil rugby hê op naweke. Dit hou die gemeenskap bymekaar, dit hou die jong manne van die verkeerde dinge af weg. So dis maar belangrik vir ons. Weet jy, ons beplanning vorentoe is, soos ek sê, ons het nou nog volgende naweek is nog 'n wedstryd vir ons, een daarna is Easter tournament. Ek dink ons gaan 'n breek vat 'n week. Ons oefen redelik relatief. En dan gaan ons dit vasvat, want die ligas, dit is ons mikpunt. Ons het vir onsself gesê ons wil binne die top 3 eindig. Ons wil graag gaan uitspeel. En ek dink as jy na vandag kyk, die goeie dinge wat daar is, oorskadu ook die negatiewe dinge. En as ons net 'n bietjie afronding doen en 'n bietjie in ons trakseer bly wat ons oefen, dan gaan ons baie spanne seermaak en stamp en ons gaan 'n bedreiging wees vir mense. Hulle gaan ons 'n bietjie ernstig opvat.
Dinge is baie verbitter by die klub vir die 3 jaar wat ons nou hier is. Ons was baie swak geweest voor die 3 jaar. En na die busongeluk het ons ook 'n bietjie gesak, maar ons het ons koppe gelig en ons is nou weer op standaard met spelers. Die sterkte van die klub, ons is baie jong bestuurtjies wat baie hard saamwerk. En ek dink in die toekoms vorentoe sal dit baie beter gaan met ons as dit nou gaan. En die doel van die sportdag was oor die busongeluk. En laat ons altyd die manne kan onthou, die 3 wat gesterf het in die bus en die wat beseer is, das van hulle wat ek kan speel nie, en van die spectators wat ook nie meer so lekker gesond is nie, wat nog nie eens plek het, wat nie herstel nie. Maar verder is het alright en die dag het ons mense baie geniet. As jy kan gesien het hoeveel mense was hier so. Ek dink as ons uitgaan ook, dan kan jy sien ons is gezond, ons gaat met 3 busse uit en klomp ander vervoer. Ons is in 'n gemeenskapklub en ons doen baie vir ons gemeenskap, nie net die rugby spelers nie, buite in die gemeenskap. Waar daar dinge nie lekker gaan nie, miskien minder bevoorregtes, dan jaap ons daar uit. En so ons doen baie vir ons gemeenskap, die wat die gemeenskap agter ons staan. Ons plan is vorentoe, ons wil in die final wees om op te gaan. Dat is ons plan en ek dink ons kan dit doen met ons jongspan. Daar's baie rugby nog in hulle. Die oudste speler is 32, hy is kaptein en die jong spelers van ons kan nog 18 jaar speel. Ek dink ons visie is om op te skuif.
We also managed to catch up now with Peter Fritz, he's the captain of NTK.
Yes, die game was baie tough hoor. Ek moet sê hulle is baie vinniger as ons met hulle tegnieke en hulle rondballen, hulle rondgooi hulle in die bal. Maar ons het toe bo geëindig, maar ons kanse beter gebruik. Maar ja, ons nog baie oefening nodig. Baie terug gaan oefen. Ja, want ons het permissie gekry op die velde langs die kant van die velde te oefen. So ons kom by mekaar, ons oefen ten minste Dinsdag en Donderdag. So met die fikse te hou en ons tegnieke te kry vir die games. Ja, ons het nog baie jong spelers wat nog baie ervaring het, maar hulle doen goed met baie goeie druk met hierdie groot spanne. Ja, nee, dit lyk baie briljant eintlik, ek moet sê. Almal kom by mekaar altyd voor die tyd en na die tyd gesels en maak grappies. Maar veral by die game, hulle is baie ernstig as by die game kom. Wat ons deurgebruik het dat ons het meer fases gebou en ons pots gebruik en ons vaste sette. Maar hulle was baie bietjie losser geweest. Want dis wat ons verwag van hulle. Hulle gaan bal rondgooi en los wees. En ons het maar net meer ons forwards meer gebruik. Want ons forwards is groter as hulle. Ons wil graag ten minste as ons kan die topspanne kan bietjie aanvat. En laat ons nie soos laas so sleg gelyk het en bietjie verbeter en ten minste hooplik wen 2 aan die sak kry dan daai groot spanne.
Peter Fritz is, of course, the captain of NTK. Wessel Kriel is the coach at NTK. Let's hear what he has to say.
Man, dit was 'n tipiese friendly en 'n tipiese Super League A teen Super League B. Die Super League B manne weier om bly weg te steek. En dit is expected van hulle. Ek dink ons is nog baie ontfiks. Dit sal regkom. Ek dink dis al 'n tipe van 'n cliché dat die oefengeriewe en die goede is maar nie na wense nie. Maar ek moet sê ons manne koop goed in. Nie altyd almal by die oefeninge nie, maar as ons oefen, dan word daar met passie geoefen. Ons is 'n baie jong span. Baie kombinasies word nog getoets. So hierdie friendlies dien maar vir ons as 'n tipe van proewe. Maar daar het 'n paar goeie goed gebeur. Ek voel net ons raak by tye baie los. Dis so asof ons teen die laer liga manne speel wat lief is vir hardloop. Dis so asof dit aansteek en dan wil ons manne ook begin hardloop in steede van 'n bietjie vir strukture speel. Want ek is van mening indien ons meer strukture gespeel het, kon die scorebord 'n bietjie anders daarna uitgesien het. Maar ek is tevrede dat het goeie goed gebeur en ons gaan vir Cape Rugby TV dophou dat ons bietjie kan sien waar ons foutjies gemaak het. Ek dink is belangrik dat ek vir julle as Cape Rugby TV sê baie dankie dat julle hierdie tipe onbaatsigtige werk doen om hierdie rugby vir die gemeenskap te bring. Dit is amazing. Bou voorde op.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, Wessel Kriel, he's been around for quite a while. There hasn't been too many rugby functions that I haven't been to, that I haven't seen a Wessel there. Right, folks, we mentioned earlier on that you can win yourself a set of double tickets to go watch the DHL Stormers. All you need to do is SMS the word DHL Stormers to 33090. That comes is running still for the duration up until about Friday, so you have some time to still get that in. Download the Cape Rugby TV app and put yourself in the mix also there to win the set of double tickets. Right, if you want to win yourself the, well, first of all, the Spot the Ball competition. This runs on the Cape Rugby TV mobile app. This also puts you in the mix to win that set of double tickets. This week's Spot the Ball, and let's first take a look at last week's winners. Right, you had the options there from A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, and C3. That was the Spot the Ball competition from last week. Let's take a look at where the ball is. There it is in A1. Congratulations to last week's winner then, who walks away with a Hisense mobile phone. Ryan Bruncase wins this Infinity mobile phone, this Infinity H7S Pure Shot mobile phone. Heinrich Bruncase walks away with that. Congratulations, Heinrich. One of the guys from Cape Rugby TV is going to be in touch with you, and you'll have yourself a brand new mobile phone that you can SMS in with then. Right, folks, don't forget you, of course, win yourself a case of Score energy drinks. 33090 is that keyword. SMS the word SCORE to 33090. We'll talk more about that after the break. Right, folks, as we said earlier on, you could win yourself a case of Score energy drinks. 33090 is the number that you need to SMS. Just SMS the word SCORE to 33090. Congratulations to last week's winner, Hanif Edwards. Hanif walks away with a case of Score energy drinks. Let's take a look at some of the games that are coming up this weekend. And, of course, many of you will know. In fact, we're doing the publicise the posters that's come in from the clubs. First poster we got in here was from Union Mill and Brackenfell. The guys are, of course, played today. This was at the Melkbos High School where Union Mill took on Brackenfell. We'll show the highlights of this game next week. And then, of course, Never Despair are playing against Kales River. Never Despair playing at the Malmesbury Sports Field. Coming up this Saturday, kickoffs at 1:30 and just before 3 o'clock. And then, of course, the first team's playing at 4 o'clock. And then Boerland play friendly up against, well, what is it called, the Boerland friendly at least? Good Hopes up against Franschhoek. They're playing over this weekend at Riebeek Wes. All right, folks, and don't forget, is of course the Easter Weekend Festival coming up over this Easter weekend. It's going to be jam-packed. I think there's about 30 teams coming down from all around the country, and a lot of people can really look out for that tournament starting on Friday. They play on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So 4 days of rugby with teams coming from all around. And of course, Langa and Busy Bees, I think, are the hosts this year, and it comes around you can imagine there's 30 teams and it rotates, so it comes around only about every 30 years that they're able to host the tournament. It's a massive tournament. It really is a fantastic opportunity for you to go and get some action rugby over the Easter weekend. You get a 20% discount off SaveSAsport.com on all your products there, such as Puma, Mizuno, Canterbury, and New Balance, and Asics. And all you need to do is use the coupon code Cape Rugby TV. Free delivery anywhere in South Africa, up to 750 Rand. So 20% discount if you go to the online, SaveSAsport.com. Just use the coupon code Cape Rugby TV. Tariq, Hamadias, you guys had a bit of fun and games over the weekend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Saturday we played out at Paul Rangers. They managed to get a field at the Boland Wynkelder Fields.
Yeah.
They contacted us. We were ready. Good afternoon of rugby out in Paul. Very hot out there, but the guys
I saw you guys posted a whole lot of photographs on Facebook. I think we've got 1 or 2 pictures here.
Yeah, that's one of our guys, Rida Gertse. That's out in the first team match. Sent Aslam Kenny.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
quite a nice looking field there. Looks like there's very green grass on that side.
Yeah, I was quite impressed when we got there. I mean, if you consider the water situation and the weather conditions in Paul, it was extremely hot.
Yeah.
We got there and we saw this beautiful green field, and the guys.
Anything coming up for you guys over the weekend?
We got 1 or 2 options. We're confirming it by tomorrow, possibly out in Stellenbosch, which is closer than our previous matches in Paul and Gansbaai.
Team's still working at finding venues.
Yeah, we're working hard, and besides the guys at Amadeus, I see the guys out at Strand United, Strand Pioneers, the guys at Callis, the guys at Rangers.
Yeah.
They're really thinking out the box, and as you know, the good club rugby administrators are really putting their hands up.
Yeah, Lyndon?
Yeah, I think the longer we're into this sort of moratorium of Western Province and now Boland as well, I think the administrators are sort of stepping up. You're finding schools are being partnered with where we wouldn't have had this.
Yeah.
So I think now there's a relationship between schools in your area, which is another spin-off of it, is once those boys are done with matric or in the matric year, there's a club where they can go where the school teacher or the first team coach knows the club president, the club chairman, he knows the first team captain. So there's a relationship that's going to be built, and I think that is where club rugby should be moving towards. I believe every club in a community should get the schools in the community. The first point of call should be go play at your club before you go play anywhere else outside the community.
Or that would make a true community sport.
Exactly, because then you would have you would have the school. It would go primary school, high school, club, and then provincial. That's how it should be.
But if you're Damien Willemse, you can just skip everything and just go.
That's a freak of nature. Damien is a freak of nature. He's one of a kind.
I think he should just go from squirrel to province.
Yeah, I think that was from squirrel to province to SA to Springbok. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, it's going to be an exciting game over the weekend. Stormers are up against the Reds. I think after the Blues game over the weekend, they have certainly showed that they're a team they've certainly gained their credibility back after the weekend. Tariq, thanks for joining us. Nice to have you back on the show.
Thanks, JP, and I'd like to say all the best to Max and the guys out in Langa for their tournament this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic Easter weekend rugby festival. 30 teams, a lot of heritage there. Talking about teams here that are not, they've got a very strong heritage.
Yeah. And I think also the festival itself has also got a strong heritage within province. Every Easter weekend, everyone goes. There'll be an Easter tournament happening at Langa.
And Score Energy Drinks, of course, on board with that. I'm always very impressed with that tournament. Brilliant. They've got women's, kids rugby. It's not just seniors, but there are. I must say, in the past, I've been quite shocked at how little support they get, but yet they make everything work in this competition. But and when I mean support, I'm talking about players that are coming down in taxis, sharing socks, sharing water bottles, all for the sake of playing. They sleep in dormitories. It's not a luxury tournament, but they put this tournament on year in and year out. And I must say, the hats off to Max Macapella and Alfred Kawana and the rest of the guys that make this tournament work. So it's really, folks, if you got a half an opportunity, then Boland, Mark, and Score Energy Drinks are already supporting the Easter weekend rugby festival. We just need to find out where the location is. If you've got a half opportunity, go and check it out. That's a wrap from us here at Cape Rugby TV. We'll, of course, see you next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.